A very warm greetings to everyone, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to the technical session 2C. Myself Gargi Kalra, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 8th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2023, Jaipur, India. The 8th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is organized today in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 8th to 9th of December 2023. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations, and each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the questions and answers. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of the session, Dr. Priya Pise. She is currently working as a Director Alumni Relations at Intra Group of Institutes, Pune, India. Her research areas are big data analytics, cyber security, cloud computing, and data science. Her PhD is in the topic sensitive data sharing on heterogeneous platform for privacy preserving. She has total experience of 18 years, including industry and academics. She has published 25 research papers in various Scopus, WorldS, HCI, UGC Care, journals, and conference. Ma'am, if you want to share a few words with the audience, then you are open to do that.
We are now the era of online is this getting discarded, so even we are not used to this online platform nowadays. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, a warm good afternoon. I'm truly honored to stand before you today as a session chair. Basically, this event is going to bring together brilliant minds and visionaries from in and around globe. And on behalf of organizing committee, I extend a sincere welcome to each one of you. This conference, in my opinion, is not just a platform to exchange the ideas, but a catalyst of meaningful connections and partnership. So take an advantage and use the diverse expertise are going to get presented in this particular room. So with this, I would like to wish all the very best and let's begin the conversations. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. So let's start with the paper presentation. And the first paper we have is a recommendation system for food tourism, and it will be presented by Parshva Choradia. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Parshva. I'm representing research paper, a restaurant recommendation system for food tourism. The purpose of the restaurant recommendation system is to address significant challenges faced by the travelers in selecting the restaurant during tourism. The aim is to provide a reliable and efficient solution that analyzes individual preferences, considering various factors such as cuisine types, range, location, and user reviews, leveraging machine learning algorithms such as k-mean clustering, Silhouette algorithm, and all, and the user analysis to generate accurate and personalized recommendations. This aim to enhance travelers' culinary experiences by ensuring informed decisions align with their unique preferences and expectations. The overview of restaurant recommendation system as follows. First of all, we'll know what is food tourism. It composes of activities that provide experiences of consumption and appreciation of food and beverages, presenting in such a way that the value, the culture, and the environment of a particular regions will enhance. Now, what is recommendation system? It is a tool that would provide a product to the customer based on search history, based on similar patterns, and based on the ratings of a user. Thus, we developed a recommendation system to satisfy the user request. In the system, the list of restaurants is shown to the user based on their preferences. These are the literature reviews which we have reviewed before implementing the project. First of all, the conclusion is the enrichment of the database is required. So software quality, performance, also play a vital role in commercial apps, and thus developer need to consider this matter. This is the conclusion of the first research paper. The second conclusion is the system composed a collaborative and knowledge-based model in order to avoid bold problems. The former models by means of a knowledge-based process. The outcome of the third research paper is this application is used for the users to predict the suitable restaurants and find out which dish is famous in the region wise in person. The methodology we follow as follows. First is data collection. For collecting the restaurant data, we have done the web scraping of a Google Maps with the help of API software. Next is after collecting the data, we done the pre-processing on it, involve identifying and removing any data that is duplicate in the dataset. This is done by using a variety of techniques such as checking of identical values, NaN values, and compare the data to a master list of a unique values. And after that, we build a recommendation system model with the help of unsupervised machine learning algorithm, that is a k-mean clustering algorithm, to build a model using pre-processed data and finding a k value. We use the sillout algorithm and the elbow method. After that, we test the model. We tested the model on a sample of users to ensure that it is functioning and providing accurate recommendation based on the preferences. And lastly, we develop the website with like we developed the UI and integrated it with the model to provide the recommendation. So this is the data set which we have created. It consists of 2176 tuples and 8 attributes, namely restaurant name, rating, review count, address of the restaurant, phone number of the restaurant, category type, latitude and longitude. This is the user interface of our website. Here user will uh, s- enter the distance of a restaurant from their location in kilometers, and here in a toggle bar they will select the type of cuisine they want. This is the sample input. As you can see, the user have inputted the 5 kilometers and he will select the type of restaurant they will want and submit it. And the outcome will be the restaurant name, category type, rating of the restaurant, distance of the restaurant from the user in kilometer, and the URL. If the user click on the location, it will open the Google Maps. And now we are working on adding the attributes, namely restroom, parking, payment methods, especially for the underage people, those of you who don't have the UPI and card facility, and Wi-Fi availability. If the restaurant offer a Wi-Fi, it will be the great facility for the travelers. So the conclusion is the system development followed by a systematic methodology covering data collection, pre-processing, and content-based filtering, integrating user preferences, location data, and user-friendly interface enhance personalized restaurant recommendations. A comprehensive approach from data collection to backend integration, ensuring the system's successful implementation and effectiveness. Results confirm that system success in providing accurate personalized recommendation for an enhanced dining experience. And these are the references. Thank you.
If the session chair is having any questions, then you can ask.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Audible.
yeah. It was indeed a beautiful topic, and it is essentially useful for the society nowadays. I have a couple of questions. It was indeed a, insightful presentation, I will say. But I feel if you can disclose the motivation behind designing a website which will recommend the hotels, it will be really helpful for other researchers. So what was the motivation behind your work?
So thank you so much, ma'am. It is a beautiful question. The motivation behind this project is that the existing players in the market like Swiggy and Zomato, they will only recommend the restaurant which are registered on their applications and website. And we want to enhance the vendors, local vendors like the small restaurants and all which are not registered on their platform and have a very beautiful taste, cuisines, and all the facilities which are needed to the travelers. So these are the motivations.
Right, right, right. And there's an extended question to what you have answered now. Do you know personalized recommendation system? Like, have you heard this word before, Bashpa?
Yes, ma'am. Based on their preferences, I suppose.
Um, yeah, of course, their preferences, but their actual visit. So, if you consider me as an example, so what all the restaurant that I have already visited, maybe in the last 6 months of a time period, your database is going to consider that, and then based on it, because you understand my choice, right? You understand my choice, my type of a restaurant, where do I go, and what kind of food cuisine I prefer to. Of course, it will help you to recommend to a person to a accurate level, and person of course would be happy and to visit your website again and again.
Yes, ma'am. We are working on it. We want to implement the content-based filtering in our website. So if you order something or you have visited the restaurant which of a particular cuisine type earlier, so after some time, if you open the website, it will recommend the type of cuisine which you have visited earlier. So we are working on it, ma'am.
Great, 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 very good. All the best wishes to you. Thank
Thank
you,
you so much,
Bashpa.
ma'am.
Thank you for your presentation. Okay, so let's move to the next one. And the next paper we have is Data Mining Techniques, a survey and comparative analysis in vehicular ad hoc networks. And this will be presented by Deepak Kumar Mishra. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes. I'm audible, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible.
Good afternoon, all dignitaries. I am Deepak Mishra, presenting here my research paper entitled Data Mining Techniques, a Survey and Comparative Analysis in Vehicular Ad Hoc Network. In this paper, we provide an overview of basic data mining techniques, including classification and clustering. This is the agenda of this paper: background, objective data mining techniques, etc. Background. We know that millions of people die in road accidents because of they couldn't get help timely. Vehicular ad hoc network play a crucial role for enhanced public safety. Recent advancements in VANET have enabled the integration of data generated from these networks into smart operations. These systems offer drivers timely and precise information so that they contribution significant to the enhancement of road safety. One promising area of research involved applying data mining techniques in VANETs for extracting useful patterns. With the help of data analysis, traffic patterns can be detected so that they enable us to provide proactive measures to taken for optimizing the traffic flow and enhance the road safety. These are the objectives of this paper. The primary objective is to provide a comprehensive survey of data mining methodology that are relevant to the VANET. Next is the systematic classification of data mining methodology for the purpose of mining and analyzing data in the context of vehicular ad hoc network. Next one is analyzing various classification clustering techniques with their merits and demerits. Data mining techniques. Data mining is the process of examining huge amount of data for finding insights and patterns. It involves cleaning and integration, selecting relevant attributes, etc. There are 6 types of data mining techniques that are commonly used in VANET, such as pre-processing, outlet detection, clustering, classification, association rule mining, sequential mining. This is the layout of the techniques. Clustering methods. In vehicular ad hoc network, clustering is an important technique that are used to organize the network into smaller groups, or we can say clusters. There are different types of clustering techniques that are based on formation of clustering methods, such as partitioning methods, hierarchical strategy, thickness-based strategy, grid-based techniques, model-based techniques. Out of these techniques in this paper, we cover partitioning methods. Classification method. It is common data mining methods that can handle both categorical and numerical features. The main objective of classification is to use the leveled and unleveled training data sets and predict the class of fresh unobserved occurrences. There are various classification algorithms, but the challenge lies for selecting most appropriate for the given task. Some significant classification techniques are mentioned in this study. This is the layout of the techniques: neural network, genetic algorithm, support vector machines, rule-based decision tree, nav-based bias, etc. This is the comparative analysis. Table 1 provide the comparison of various partitioning methods along with the advantages and disadvantages. The fuzzy C-means algorithm, it provides the better overlapping data sets. It allows data points to be part of the more than one cluster. The disadvantage of this algorithm is that it is difficult to deal with the huge dimension sets and it is sensitive for starting points. There are two variations of this algorithms, a GKFCM and fuzzy C ellipto. Next one is the fuzzy k-means algorithm. It is simple and easy to implement, efficient for large data sets, but there are also disadvantages. It is noise sensitive and find locally optimal solutions. Next one is KC means, fuzzy KC means. It is faster and more accurate than the C means algorithm and suitable for the large data sets. Its disadvantage is the noisy data cannot be handled. Next one is the K-medoid. It is also have three variants: Pan, Clara, and Clarence. Out of these variants, Clarence version is more efficient. Next table to present the comparison of various classification algorithms with along advantage disadvantages. First one is the K-nearest algorithm. It is effective with vast training data sets. Disadvantage of this algorithm is values for the parameters must be determined. Next is the naive-Bayes. It handles real and discrete data sets. Next is the decision tree. It does not require data normalization. It is simple to understand, but it do not work best for uncorrelated variables. Next is a rule-based classification. There is no need for training data sets. It is high accuracy. Next is a support vector algorithm. It is useful for data that cannot be separated linearly and comparatively more efficient. Disadvantage of this algorithm, it is not suitable for the large data sets. Next one is genetic algorithms. It is flexible and provide adaptability, but also it has the disadvantage. It faces difficulty in parameters tuning and a randomness dependence. Next one is the neural network. It can be executed in any applications. The approach is non-parametric. The disadvantage of the algorithm, it is quite challenging to extract the knowledge, and that for large neural networks, a lot of processing time is wasted. The conclusion and future aspect is that in this study, we offer complete overview of the various data mining techniques and algorithms in the context of the vehicular ad hoc networks. This paper includes a comparison of different algorithmic characteristics that help to researchers for selecting the appropriate algorithms for their problems. This study is limited to the clustering and classification techniques. In future, we concentrate to developing a data mining technique for increasing the availability of emergency services in the vehicular ad hoc network. Thank you.
Yeah, so Deepak Kumar sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the presentation was really informative, and the comparison you did for the algorithm was really going to be helpful for your implementation work. But before we go ahead, I really would like to listen it from you. What are the challenges that you have studied in the existing system, and why you thought that to compare all the algorithms, as in I could see fuzzy logic, there are variety of flavors of fuzzy logics you have taken into consideration, including genetic algorithm. So these two are the different verticals as far as the classification implementation is concerned. So I'm really curious to know, why there's a fuzzy logic and variety of fuzzy logics also, and why there's a, implication of genetic algorithm.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, we are trying to develop a a better approach in context of regular dark network. And in today's scenario, data mining technique is more valuable and useful for extracting valuable data sets. That's why we review these techniques so that researchers can take advantage of the comparison of these algorithms for selecting the useful algorithm for their work.
Okay. So, genetic algorithm you have taken into consideration just for the purpose of comparison with the other existing algorithm, or will you be taken into consideration for further implementation as well?
Genetic algorithms provide better results. It is also used for forming clusters. That's why we
Exactly.
take it in comparison.
Okay, all the very best to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next one. And the next paper is Exploring Innovations for Streamlining Orphan Adoption, Harnessing Blockchain and Decentralized Solutions, a survey and comprehensive framework. And this will be presented by Dipali Patil. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
You're audible, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Is my screen is visible?
Yes,
Hello.
it's visible.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. I Dipali Patil from Sanvi College of Engineering to present a paper on exploring innovations for a streamline of orphan adoption, harnessing blockchain and decentralized solution, a survey and comprehensive framework. Basically, this paper explores the cutting-edge innovations through the blockchain and decentralized solutions for adoption process. Here are the table of contents. This is the abstract for my project. So here I am introducing the ORFChain, a revolutionary solution for managing orphan records. Essential records like job-related documents, birth certificate are crucial for everyone, including orphans. Using a secure system such as blockchain ensures these records are accessible and protected whenever needed, just like anyone else with the unique ID and QR codes. It sets a new standard in the orphan care, integrating with the MongoDB and backend API for practicality and more advanced feature. As we know that blockchain is a digital public ledger, so it will record all the online transaction and it will ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and privacy. MIS system, which is used to keep a track of child in the orphanage, is a challenge. Proposed system has used a blockchain technology to monitor and track the orphans. As we know that all the orphan records has been created in a proper documented way. But the thing is, the system that has been used in the previous year, that was MIS system. So we have to move forward for the blockchain technology, which is nothing but decentralized technology. We secure the records, data, or information, which makes it hard to tamper or change the system. Once all the information about the child of a child is stored on the cloud, QR is generated so that child can access his history anywhere, anytime securely. Proposed system is also useful to parents who are looking for adopting child. We are using here the smart contract adoption process. Validation of parents profiles, suggestions and verification matches between the parents and orphans, and overall adoption process can be easier by this proposed system. So, in short, the problem definition is that we are using the secure technology called blockchain for the orphan management system and creating a new path to better system for managing orphan records. Here, these are the different papers I have reviewed. The first paper that we have reviewed is focusing on the importance of personal documents, where it will see that if there is any disaster had came, then how you can use or how you can secure your documents. So that was the thing that we have to first forward ahead for the purpose of blockchain technology. Second paper is blockchain record for the medical record using blockchain. So here they have created the blockchain technology for keeping the medical records, patient medical records, so that they can be used for the previous the next upgrading. Third paper is normal life after leaving institution care. That is, once the orphan has completed their life in a particular foster or particular thing, orphanage, then after that, what are the different challenges has been faced by the orphans in which are considered societal challenges. So, to prove their identity. For that purpose, we have to use the blockchain technology. Then next we have referred blockchain-based digital health password, how to create a digital health passport on the blockchain to address the contact tracing limitation and all that. And then academic certificate validation, how we can use in the blockchain for the validation between the parent and orphan, and validation of all the certifications. And last one I have referred integration of the blockchains and databases, that how you can combine the blockchain with the MongoDB so that you can manage the thing more better and in the more effective. So as I told you, the research gaps that has been found out when the key differences or key findings have been done in the particular reviews. So this is my proposed system where orphanage or orphan can sign up and can create their ledger, or they create their blocks inside the blockchain, which is called as your orpchain, which will store each transaction detail. Then whenever the social sectors whenever this orphan will go to the social sectors, then these social sectors will verify the details from this blockchain. Whoever are the adoptive parents are there, that adoptive parents can give the preferences whenever they want to adopt the child. And based on the preference matching, they can identify or they can find out the orphan record, and they can see the details of the orphan record, as well as they can add the orphan record inside. MongoDB is used to store all the details in the backend API server so that the system can be more efficient. There are implementation details are there. In the first scenario, we have to add the orphan details. So here, the data collection and validation can be done with the help of by gathering the orphan details like name, contract, gender, and we are using the hash algorithm SHA-256 to create a unique ID for data integrity. Then after creation of this unique ID, we have to verify identity authenticity using blockchain. Then we have to integrate the user into the blockchain and then confirm the registration. In the scenario 2, we have to develop the smart contract as whenever it will automatically execute whenever some event has been occurred. So here we have created a smart contract setup between the for the orphan record management. So here we are creating a smart contract for the orphan records on the blockchain, which will define how the data is stored, retrieved, and interacted with the in a transparent manner. After that, we are creating an orphan record creation in that smart contract, and then we are accessing the record, maintaining the record history, and timely notifications has been given for the orphan. And then we are generating a compliance reporting with the help of blockchain. Then in the scenario 3, this is nothing but for the adoptive parents. If any parents wants to adopt a child based on some preference matching, then they can give the preference matching from the orphan as well as from the parent side. Then they will find out a compatibility score, and based on that compatibility score, they will find out the parental selection. And match verification and confirmation has been done, and parent can select the orphan based on the preferences and based on the parent matching. And then after that, you can continuously enhance the system with the help of users. Finally, we can we can handle the data privacy and security in the blockchain system. So here, in the data, here the data confidentiality can be done whenever you are creating orphans profiles has been kept secure, either off-chain or encrypted with only preferences. Only authorized persons like social workers and administrator can access and modify the data. Then we have a consent mechanism. Individuals or guardians have control over the data sharing preferences. We can manage access their own information. Even orphan can access their own information throughout their life. Then you have a audit trails. All the system interactions are recorded, like your transparency and tracking can be by any unauthorized access or change of data. Then continuous monitoring can be done using intrusion detection system or anything, which will provide a security or address the security threats or unusual activity property. So till now, we have implemented this blockchain-enabled adoption finalization, where we can create a parent, we can create an orphan, and we are giving the preferences. Then after that, we are creating a proposal for that and finding a compatibility score. After finding a match proposal, they will find out that how many orphan counts will be there and what is the parent counts will be there. And after that, they will find out that who is the best orphan will be there. In the conclusion, the proposed blockchain-based orphan record system represents a revolutionary leap in modernizing and securing the management of orphan profile and adoption process. Through the integration of blockchain, MongoDB, and a user-friendly backend API, the system ensures transparency, security, and adaptability. Immutable nature of blockchain safeguard against the fraud and unauthorized access, while MongoDB stores diverse data, including medical records. Then user-defined friendly API fosters widespread adoption, making the system flexible and responsive to the needs of various stakeholders, ultimately contributing to the successful adaptation and enduring relationships. The future scope, in the future, we can add various funding agencies that can provide a fund to orphan for their bright future, and the integration of orphan and parent astrological matching using AI within a blockchain-based orphan record management system, which will open the door to a future marked by transformative advancement in the adaptation process. And these are the references. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, hi, ma'am.
Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do have. The topic is indeed something new to my vertical as far as blockchain is concerned. So there are a couple of questions for you, ma'am. Do you know that in the process of orphan adoption, there are bylaws involved?
Ma'am, your voice is cracking. Hello.
Yeah, what am I saying is there are some rules and regulations decided by the government authorities in the process of orphan adoption. Do you have any idea of bylaws?
Yes. Actually, we have gone through that government site also. We have the orphan records has been managed and all these things, but we have not included that inside the paper as we don't have any. That is,
No,
if,
ma'am, I'm talking about something different than what you're answering. I'm saying the government rules and regulation for orphan adoption. Do you
Yeah.
have any idea about it?
Yes. I have
So,
had.
because throughout your presentation, I did not find bylaws, So just take a
Okay.
note of it, when you'll be going for implementation or maybe for the comparison analysis you can take into consideration. And next would be really interesting question to the audience as well. See, orphan adoption is a lengthier process as far as our country is concerned. There are a lot of rules and regulations and authentication of to be parent is going on. So keeping that in a picture, can you tell me the time frame comparison of actual orphanage adoption in a physical mode and orphanage adoption method through your system? Time frame comparison.
Time frame comparison. That as of now, what I
How
am
much time
aware,
is needed if I want to adopt an orphan through your system and through a regular and a genuine system?
from my system, I think my system is that already orphanage have some orphan child, and if I want to process that, I want to adopt the child, then it will take a less time than your main that is your static system. The reason behind is behind that all the data has been stored inside a blockchain, and you can going for adoption, you will first verify all the details, and then after that you can go ahead with that. So it will take lesser time. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next one. So the next paper we have is optimized tour planning system using nearest neighbor algorithm. And this will be presented by Bharat Shukla. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, all.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi, I am Bharat Shukla, and I am giving presentation on optimized tour planning system using a nearest neighbor algorithm. So our aim is to project to develop an optimized tour planning system with enhanced travel experience by generating personalized and efficient travel itineraries. The goal of our project is to consider various factors, including user preferences like time constraint and historical data, geographical distances. So the model emphasizes on interactive presentation of generated plans, offering insight into recommendation attractions, their ratings, coordinates, place types. These features allow users to visually and actively engage with proposed itineraries, contributing to a more informed decision-making process. The optimized tour planning system incorporates cutting-edge algorithms, including Haversian formula for distance calculation. Algorithms enable us to accurately estimate travel times, considering factors such as user preference, geographical distance, time constraint, etc. The system key features including interactive presentation of generated plans, itineraries, and offering user insights into recommended attraction, rating, coordinates of places, and place types. Optimized tour planning system has a potential to significantly impact the ways tourists plan their trips by prioritizing user preferences, optimizing travel routes, and presenting plans interactively. We aim to provide a seamless and enjoyable experience for travelers. So in interface module, the objective of our interface module to provide a user-friendly interface for efficient interaction with system. The components included in interface module are there are two components: destination search and selection module, and itinerary creation and customization. In destination search, we enable user to explore and choose travel destinations effortlessly and incorporate text-based search and interactive maps for diverse user preferences. In itinerary creation and customization component, we give facility seamless trip planning with intuitive design, allow user to add a destination, select activities, specify dates, and manage duration. The next module is data and API module. After the interface module, the objective of a data and API model is to manage and integrate data from various sources, ensuring easy access and retrieval. Components in data and API module are data integration mechanism, Geo API file, and data management techniques. In data integration mechanism, consolidates diverse data into a structured format within the system database. It enables easy access and retrieval of relevant travel-related information. Geo API 5 plays a vital role in data integration, offering geocoding, reverse geocoding, routing, and obviously a place information, enhancing location-based search and navigation capabilities. Data management techniques, which validates, cleanses, and transform data to maintain the integrity and consistency for better performance of module. The next module is planning module. The objective of planning module is to facilitate location search, iterative information, suggest activities, and calculate travel time and distance. Components in planning modules are location search, the K nearest neighbor, activity recommendation, time travel, distance calculation using Haversian formula. In location search, which allow a user to search for a specific location or browse through the map interface. User can enter a city landmark address to find the relevant information. In K nearest neighbor, KNN is used to optimize tour plans by considering geographical distance between different points of interest. It helps to identify the nearest neighbor destinations based on the user preference and constraints. Activity recommendation suggest activities and experiences based on user selected locations like a preference, and travel time and distance calculation using Haversian formula utilizes location data and mapping services to calculate travel time and distance. Then the final recommendation module. In final recommendation module, our objective is to generate a comprehensive and personalized travel plan, or which we can call it as an itinerary, based on user inputs and data analysis. Components in final recommendation modules are itinerary, destination information, activity recommendation, and accommodation options. Itinerary presents a day-by-day breakdown of recommended activities and attraction during the trip. Destination information provides details information about each recommended destination. Activity recommendation offer the suggestions for specific activities or experiences at each distance. Accommodation option recommendation suitable accommodation based on user preferences and obviously a budget. Screenshots of our project. So this is a screenshot of our data set of places, which include name of places, rating, time, required at that particular place, distance, then which we can ignore distance, okay, city, and place type and coordinates. Another data set is for hotels, same for that. Then screenshot of our front end, which includes RCM, which includes different inputs like days, preference type. Okay, we can also detect our location. Do you want to stay in hotel or not? If we want to stay in hotel, then it will provide us with a hotel list, and then it will build a trip. The next is output screenshot. It will create an output like this. Okay, so conclusion, tour planning system is optimized system that uses algorithm, including the K nearest neighbors algorithm, to optimize the personalized travel itineraries. It considers user preferences, time constraint, geographical distance. The system has 4 modules: interface, data, API, and planning module, and final recommendation module. It employs the Haversian formula for accurate distance calculation. The system generates detailed day-wise plan with destination info, activity recommendation, and accommodation options. It aims to enhance user experience and plan to expand with multi-language support, real-time traffic info, local service provider integration, and improved user experience. The tour planner's abilities to provide personal recommendation and suggestion enhances the travel planning experience for user, ensuring that their itineraries align with their interest and budget constraints. The incorporation of real-time updates and interactive feature
That's
allow
fine, I
for
guess.
flex. Yes, ma'am.
That
These are
is
references.
okay, Mr. Bharat Shukla. That's okay.
Yes.
Indeed, your presentation was self-explanatory. I just have one question for you. You're saying it as a personalized travel plan, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
my simple question to you is, have you tried to compare your proposed system with other travel companies or agencies, where what do they offer, and have you tried to incorporate that to your proposed system?
Yeah, ma'am, we had tried, we have tested this system, and we are still developing it, we are working on our
Okay.
algorithm to increase our performance.
So what was your observation?
Ma'am, what they have suggested is it is creating an itinerary. Okay, if I want 30 hours tour planner, so it will create itinerary. So they had suggested us that we could add a option so that user can select whether they want to be that part of the itinerary or they want a new itinerary.
Okay.
And
Any price
some
comparison?
some have they recommended to use a mode of transportation. Okay, and traffic on that particular route. These are some basic we got comparisons.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. We need some APIs like Google API for traffic management and all, but obviously they are paid
Right.
APIs.
Okay, that is it. That's it from my side. Very good project. Please continue with it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next one. So the next paper we have is Role of Financial Literacy and Trust in Perceived Usefulness of Robo-Advisory Services. And this will be presented by Ankita Bhatia. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Ma'am, I'm unable to share my screen. Okay. Good afternoon, respected session chair and the other team members. So the topic of my paper is, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, role of financial
Yeah, you are
literacy and
audible, ma'am.
trust.
Please,
Okay,
please
thank
play
you.
the presentation, dear Ankita, ma'am.
I
It's
have
in a
already
design mode.
displayed. Yeah.
Please play the presentation. It's in a design mode.
Is it visible?
That's visible.
Okay. So the title of my paper is Role of Financial Literacy and Trust in Perceived Usefulness of Robo-Advisory Services. So I'll first like to discuss about what robo-advisory services are all about. So these are basically an automatic algorithm-based platforms wherein an investor basically go through a risk profiling, and then based on the risk profiling and judging the risk appetite, these algorithms recommend a portfolio to an investor. Basically, these are catered to the retail investors. And in way, can say that automation has become a part and parcel in financial advisory business. So this is what is a robo advisory is all about. These are completely automation platforms wherein algorithms are getting used in recommending the investment patterns and investment advices. Now, to explore these robo advisories further, we have decided to use certain variables to come up and build with a model and try to understand what all variables are basically act as an antecedents in determining the perceived usefulness of robo-advisory services. So getting into the literature review of these robo-advisory services, as in what all academic research has been done so far in this context. So these are some of the literature review. I'm not going to talk about in detail, but some of the seminal works are cited here. As per the phone, these digital advisory services have an upper hand on human advisory services. They're acting as a complementary services. So basically, there are various versions of robo-advisory services in different countries, and there are different versions. So in each country, they are acting in a different version. So if we talk about in India as specific, it is an automated version 4.0, wherein these are being taken as a complementary services by financial advisors, mainly as they are acting as complementary by serving as an analytical tools in quantifying large number of data. And maybe fully automated version is not available in India. So it is working in complete hybrid mode. So hybrid model of automation of RA services are being currently incumbent in India. Coming to the literature work continued. Now, the theory underpinning this paper is the underpinning theory which we have used is the TAM model, which basically talks about how to analyze the perceived usefulness of any user who is actually using the latest digital technology. So we have cited certain important literatures wherein these digital platforms have actually used the TAM model. These are something like Mushroom 2007 in e-learning, Algos 2012 on food ordering. So to name a few, these are some of the works which have been done by underpinning the theory of TAM model in digital context. So we also have decided and altered our paper in the context of TAM model. So this is a basic TAM framework which was given by Davis in 1989, and it talks about that external variables are actually impacting the perceived usefulness of any digital services that to be used. So we are actually exploiting or maybe actually using only these two variables to understand this context. External variables impacting the perceived usefulness. Now, what all external variables are considering here? So we are considering basically financial literacy and trust. Financial literacy, how financial literacy is impacting the perceived usefulness and how trust is impacting it. So what are the rationale behind picking up these variables? So as we know that while using any digital system, any digital technology system, plays a very major role. Why trust plays a major role? Because it helps in bringing out the transparency, reliability, security, and privacy concerns and long-term relationships. Coming on to the second one, that is financial literacy. So while investing in any business or while investing for any retail investor, it is very important to have a financial literacy, or an investor should be empowered with financial literate. So it will not only empower your sound, it not only empower you in having your sound and informed decisions, but it will also help in understanding you what all risk appetite, what all goals you have to make. So financial literacy plays a major role that will help in understanding perceived usefulness. Coming to the moderating variables, we have also tested two moderating variables, that is age and gender. So age, as we know in the context of finance or robo-advisory services, it can differ. Now, different age groups have a different financial goals. So it is really important to test the impact of how age is playing a or moderating the role between these variables. Coming on to the gender always plays a influence communication preferences. So many studies have also shown that different gender, man and women, have different preferences for receiving any kind of financial information. So we would also like to test the moderating impact of gender in between the perceived usefulness and financial literacy, and how the gender plays a role or moderate the role between having a trust in these financial services, and how thereby it impacts the perceived usefulness. So this was all about coming on to the conceptual framework of our study. Coming to the research methodology, so we have used cross-sectional research, and we have used Smart PLS version 4 that was deployed for testing or analyzing the data. Coming to the questionnaire part, we have framed the questionnaires and we have adapted the scales. And these are some of the scales listed there, which we have tweaked in arriving at our scale, that is financial literacy OECD. For trust, we have used Nickel 2012 scale, and for perceived usefulness, we have used Davis scale that was given in the TAM framework. So this is our basic conceptual framework model which we have come up with. Now, we have used the structural equation modeling. So these are some of the descriptives of our sample. We have used 497 sample respondents. These are the different age groups and gender and profession that has been categorized and shown here, showcased here as per our model, as per for our respondents. Now, when we are talking about the structural equation modeling, the first job what we did is to test the measurement model evaluation. It is a part of that. So when we talk about measurement evaluation model, it is talking about the skewness and kurtosis values that we have to check that whether data is falling in the normal range or not. So we did it, we tested, and it supported our results. We confirmed it that there were no outliers present. Coming to the measurement model, it includes three parameters, basically Cronbach, Salpka, CR, and ABE. So all were in the referred range as per the citations, various citations are given. So coming to the discriminant validity, that was considered as a third parameter to satisfy the measurement model evaluation. So we use the Forner and Lacker criteria, and all the diagonals value given in table are of the above of diagonal values. So these are some of the tables depicting the preferred values or the adopted values, and these are making sure that we are falling in the recommended range. These are our structural part. We have carried out the structural model equation, and this is the structural part that has been depicted here. So we can see that the R square of this model is 63.1%, which is above the recommended range of any TAM model. That is, R square having the value 0.50 and above is recommending that the model is sufficient or best fit for the target respondents. Now, these are some of the model fit criteria. Whenever we have to test any model, so SMR, chi-square, and NFI values are sufficing the values as per the recommendations and the seminal papers given in structural equation modeling. These are our hypothesis results, various hypotheses. Earlier, the hypotheses were shown that there are majorly 6 hypotheses. So all these are supported, but we can see that age is not supported. Age and even the gender is not supported. So these two mediating variables, moderating variables are not supported. So we can say here that age and gender are not moderating the decisions or the relationships between the financial literate and the perceived usefulness. And when we are talking about the gender, when we are talking about the other variable, that is trust and perceived usefulness. So they are found to be insignificant here. The conclusion of this study is that it is an exclusive approach. None of the studies have so far used these variables, financial literacy and trust, to elucidate the perceived usefulness of individuals in context of RA services. And this implies that the effect of being financial literate and having a trust on RA services definitely is impacting the PU of individual investors. These are the basic conclusions. And when we are talking about the limitations and discussions, we see that the sample size could be basically RA services are at very nascent stage. So with the development of RA services, there will be a lot of many antecedents and the factors which will definitely impact the endogenous variables. So these merely could not be the factors. So we cannot generalize it. Coming to the practical implications of the study, the only feasibility we see here is that as more and more RA services will involve with more advanced and robust versions, like by providing better returns to them, we will be able to mitigate these behavioral biases by understanding these conceptual frameworks which we are testing, empirically testing. So, and it is also noteworthy to mention here is that the age and gender is not impacting the perceptions of individual behavior. So we can educate themselves, we can educate them, and even means the financial advisors who are having their RA clients, and the authors, forthcoming authors will also be anxious to see that the investors trust that using RA services would improve their portfolio performance. So on part of that, trust also plays a major role. But again, this raises two questions, that till how long this trust will prevail among the investors, until how long the awareness of the investors we can have keep going and keep coming. So this is all about it. Recommendations. We should aim to educate users about financial products and investment strategies, and a robust understanding of users' risk profile is essential to provide personalized advice that aligns with their preferences.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all from
Ankita
my end.
ma'am.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
Yeah, Ankita ma'am. Indeed, it
I'm
was.
open for questions.
Yeah, Ankita ma'am, can you hear me? Ankita ma'am, can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear.
Yeah,
I can
okay,
hear you.
okay, absolutely. Ma'am, it was indeed a thorough, depth-wise and vertical-wise as far as your topic was concerned. It was an excellent presentation. I was jotting down the query and it was your next presentation. So I was earlier curious to know your hypothesis and, very clear fashion you have depicted as a part of your slide. And other thing I wanted you to tell me the application of it, that also has been pretty clear to audience as well, not just to me, to everyone out here in the room. So just as a curiosity, I would like to know the any survey or any study you did before choosing the dependent variable. I'm really interested to know.
Perceived usefulness.
Okay.
Yes. So
So
we have
any.
we have completely drawn upon the TAM model, and like how different external variables are impacting, and we have supported this with the help of literature. Like not any kind of survey has been done before coming out or arriving out at this
Yeah,
conceptual
please
thing.
go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have spoken already.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Shall I repeat it, ma'am, for
Yeah,
you?
no. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly
Yeah,
fine
ma'am.
for
So to
me.
be
Yeah,
very
okay.
frank, we did not do any survey. It was completely drawn on the literature,
Hmm.
extensive literature we did.
Okay.
And as RS was new in the financial landscape, digital advising
Okay,
landscape,
absolutely.
so we decided to use explore this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank
Let's
you.
move to the next one. So the next paper we have is Smart Health with Medi to Home, Redefining Medicine Delivery for a Safer Tomorrow. And this will be presented by Sahal Bin Saad. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Good morning, esteemed attendees. My name is Sahal Bin Saad. I am thrilled to present our paper title, Smart Health. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Smart Health with Medi to Home, Redefining Medicine Delivery for a Safer Tomorrow. Authored by Annette Rosario, Sadi Mahmoud Sagar, Nafis Mansour, and myself, and we all from Bangladesh. This paper unveils a groundbreaking mobile application reshaping how we access and manage medications. Let's dive into how Medi to Home is revolutionizing healthcare delivery. Today, our presentation unfolds in a structural manner, guiding us through the transformative world of Medi to Home. We all start with an introduction unveiling this revolutionary medicine delivery solution. Next, we will confront the current challenges in medicine delivery, highlighting the critical issue this innovation aims to address. Then we will pivot to explore the myriad benefits that Medi to Home offers, emphasizing the patient-centric approach to medicine management. We will take a closer look at the safety measure integrated to ensure secure medication practice. Finally, we conclude by envisaging the future trajectory of this technology and its potential expansion. Together, let's explore how Medi to Home is reshaping healthcare delivery for a safer and more efficient tomorrow. Let's delve into the heart of Medi to Home. This groundbreaking solution rides on the significant impact of monitored medicine delivery technology, offering a transformative shift in the healthcare. Medi to Home isn't just an app, it's revolutionary force ensuring authenticity in medication delivery, eliminating the scourge of fake pharmaceuticals. Moreover, it's a game changer in the patient observance, empowering individuals to manage their health more effectively. This overview underscored the power of Medi to Home in reshaping medicine management, fostering a new era of secure patient-centered care, and paving the way of improved health outcomes. Join us, we navigate through the key pillars of this innovative solution. Let's talk about the real issue in the getting medicine today. Sometimes getting good medicine is tough. You might have to wait long time or rely on service that aren't always dependable. That's why Medi to Home step in. It's all about fixing these problems. Medi to Home wants to make sure everyone can easily get the medicine they need without waiting forever or worrying about unbearable services. It's like a solution to make sure everyone gets their meds on time, no matter where they are or how tough it might be. Let's explore how to Medi to Home change the game in medicine access. This innovation solution unlocks a treasure trove of benefits. First off, it's offer easier access to quality medicines. Imagine having a wide range of meds at your fingertips, all genuine and certified. Medi to Home also trims down those annoying waiting times. No more standing in long corridors at pharmacies. Now you can order from the comfort of your home, saving valuable time and effort, and when it comes to delivery, it's top notch. Timely and accurate delivery is guaranteed thanks to trained personnel ensuring safe handling of your meds. Merit to Home isn't just an about convenience, it's about transforming how we access and receive the medications we need. Now let's talk about how Merit to Home makes life easier for patients. First up, it's like your personal medicine schedule buddy. It takes when you need to take your medicine so you never forget. Plus, it's your reminder hero, buzzing to make sure you don't miss a dose. And when it's time to refill your prescription, Medi to Whom taps your shoulder. It's got your back. But it's not just about reminders. It's about getting you involved. Medi to Whom gets engaged and committed to your health. It's like having a buddy cheering you on to stick to your meds. This patient-centric approach isn't just about taking pills. It's about empowering you to take charge of your health journey. Medi to Whom isn't just an app. It's your partner in better health. Medi to Whom puts your safety first. First off, it's all about making sure everything is legit. Medi to Whom double check pharmacies and delivery folks to ensure they are all good. When it's time to pay, it's all secure, no worries about online payments. But safety doesn't stop there. It's also about how your meds are handled. Medi to Whom follows strict rules on how medicine are stored and handled. They are serious about keeping your meds safe and effective. So whether it's verifying who is delivering your meds or ensuring your payments are safe. Made to whom makes sure your health and security are top notch. It's more than an app, it's your trusted guardian in the world of medicine delivery. As we conclude, Made to whom isn't an innovation, it's a game changer. It's not just about today, it's about transforming tomorrow. Made to whom brings it with a promise of enhanced medication adherence, putting patient safety and convenience at the forefront. Looking at the future is promising. Made to whom envisions spreading its reach to other cities and regions, ensuring that quality medication is accessible far and wide. Collaboration with pharmacists, healthcare providers are on the horizon, building bridges for better healthcare delivery. But it doesn't stop there. Made to whom plans to introduce more features, making your healthcare journey even so smoother. So as we wrap up, remember, Made to whom isn't just an app; it's a beacon of change. It's about elevating patients' care, transforming the healthcare landscape, and ensuring everyone gets the care they deserve. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, indeed, it was a very good presentation, Mr. Saad. Can you hear me, Saad? Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, can you hear
Jim.
me? Yeah, I just would like to know the challenges in your proposed system as far as time frame is concerned, or delay in medication is concerned, or the risk of life is concerned.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for this question. The most demanding challenges we face is the to arranging the correct medicine in in correct time. We have to discuss about our medicine problem in our country. There are many fraud stores who provide uh, false medicine. So in this case, we are trying to convince the pharmaceutical companies to deal directly with us, so we can provide the right medicine and in right time. And we are hope to open temporary store in front of big hospital through the medicine company.
Okay, great. Thank you. And all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next one. So the next paper we have is Social Media Adoption for Digital Learning Innovation, Insights into Building Learning Support. And this will be presented by Fatin Ardani Zamri. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Hello everyone. Hi. Before I begin, I would like to express my gratitude. I would like to say thank you to the organizer for giving me this opportunity. Can you all see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Okay. I try to share. All right. If this one, is it okay already?
No, it's not shared yet.
Not share yet.
All right, do one thing. You can just solve your issue from your side. Till then, we can continue with the another presenter, and then after you can present your paper. All right.
All right. All right. Okay. Sure. 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 Sorry for that.
No worries. No worries. Please.
Okay, let's move to the next one. So the next paper is Surveillance with Smart Spherical Robot, and this will be presented by Sashmita Mahopatra. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, fine. So I'm Dr. Sasmita Mahapatra, professor from Department of ECE, M. Visvesvaraya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. I'm here to present on the topic surveillance with smart spherical robot. So coming to the introduction, the pendulum-based drive system with live streaming and object recognition is the main paradigm that is suggested in this study. It is intended to carry out activities for surveillance and rescue. The system is driven by an Arduino controller which interfaces with sensors, motors, and Wi-Fi regulate to movement. And due to its benefits over traditional models, the model is usually spherical in cell, whatever we are doing now here. And it has two cameras, and the spherical robot can move for 360-degree view. And the model is able to move, lowering its center of gravity when the weight is changed. And coming for the problem statement, why we have gone for this work. During an earthquake, various situations can occur, such as leakage of dangerous liquids and gases in the environment, fire and danger, injury or death due to the earthquake, which comes to very huge material damage and many more things. Therefore, the fastest and most accurate intervention for the rescue services is required. And rescue services are not always able to intervene directly. They would be exposed to risks because they do not know the environment. So they need a sufficiently gain knowledge of environment and gather all the data that aids the operation. The critical issues faced by human operators in case of surveillance are bomb detection, spying, and unusual activity. So the present case, there is a necessity to identify the object located in unknown territory with video streaming of live activities and move in any terrain without hassle and locate the people in such cases. So for that, this work has been done. So the main objectives of the work are to design and construct a robot that has a spherical shaped body which can traverse different terrains and difficult environments such as holes, tunnels, and gaps easily because of its flexibility. To control the movement of the robot and achieve different kind of motions, to get the live camera footage of the area under surveillance, to verify whether the smooth movement of robot is in accordance with data received by various sensors. So for this, certain literature survey has been done, and the first paper, it gives us develop a versatile field of surveillance robot capable of detecting landmines, sensing toxic gases, monitoring temperature and humidity, and and levels in war zones, all while mitigating the about possible dangers related to people intervention during this operation. This is a remote robot, of course, but the finding out in this case is less because of the structure of the robot. Coming to the next work, it is a two primary categories of driving mechanisms, direct driving and gravity driving are considered here. The direct driving technique uses system that transfers motor force directly to the robot's exterior shell. Using a change in robot center of mass, the gravity driving method causes torque to be produced, which moves the robot in intended path. So the last, there are many papers, so I have just put some 3 to 4. A novel concept for a tractable all-directional serpent robot made up of this is quite good. This idea was good. Mechanically and technically interconnected spherical robot modules is carried in the work. So coming for the proposed model with the block diagram. So mainly the heart of this system is one Arduino microcontroller, where we give the inputs from certain sensors, and this work, the sensors used are temperature and humidity sensor, gas sensor, metal sensor. And usually for initiating the Arduino microcontroller, we are giving a micro power supply. And as outputs from the Arduino microcontroller, we give 2 outputs, one to the motor drive and one to the Wi-Fi model. So the suggested spherical robot incorporates a pendulum-based drive system that streams live video footage, detects obstacles, and uses stable platform sensors with a steering mechanism to facilitate the movement. So these are certain the components which are used in this system. As I told, certain sensors are used, and the heart of the system is a microcontroller, and the camera module, GSP module, and servo motor, gas sensor, humidity sensor, and air sensor. These are the parts of the system. Coming for the mechanism, how it works. So first we have to power on the robot. For that, the robot has to be located and the powering switch should be connected it, and press and hold the power button until the robot powers on. Wait for the robot to complete its startup sequence. Next is connecting to the app through Wi-Fi. Turn on the Wi-Fi on your mobile device where we want to locate the tragedy wherever it has happened, and open the app and follow on the screen instructions to connect the robot to your Wi-Fi network. Wait for app to lay out an association with the robot. Motor wheel adjustment. Use the app's controls to adjust the motor wheels on the robot. Move the robot back and forth to ensure that the adjustments are correct. Then controlling the motion of the robot. Use the app's controls to move the robot in different directions. Adjust the speed of the robot as needed. Use the app's camera view to see where the robot is going. And for sending data from camera to sensors and to the cloud, configure the robot's camera and sensors to send data to the cloud. Set up a cloud account and connect the robot to it. Wait for the data to be uploaded to the cloud. Viewing data and images on the Android app. Open the app and navigate to data and image viewing section. View the data and images sent from the robot's camera and sensor. Use the app's control to adjust the viewing settings as needed. So the complete mechanism, if we'll put it in terms of a flowchart, powering on the robot, connecting to the app through the wireless connection, motor wheel adjustment, controlling robot, sending data from camera and sensors to cloud, viewing data and images on the Android app. These are the things that we do usually. So this is a final prototype, what we have done. So this is the spherical robot that we have used. And as I told, there are certain sensors which are placed inside this robot. And we have two wheels to both the sides that helps the robot to move in 360 degrees. And we have a remote controlling power for this robot so that it can go to the places where usually the human beings cannot go. And due to its spherical movement and the spherical structure and 360-degree movement, it is very easy to go to any place, any remote place through this type of robot. So coming to the result, so with this research work, a spherical robot is done with cutting-edge innovation elements, which is a research work that garnered the considerable attention in recent times. The goal is to construct a prototype that will be fitted with motors, sensors, and camera and wireless connectivity, all of which are essential components in the operation of a robot. The motors are responsible for enabling the robot to move in multiple directions, which will facilitate its ability to navigate through various environments and optimize its surveillance capabilities. The sensors then again will be provide the robot with an enhanced sensory experience, allowing it to perceive its surroundings and detect potential obstacles or hazards. The camera will provide a visual representation of the robot's surrounding, enabling it to capture images and videos of its environment. The inclusion of Bluetooth connectivity will allow the robot to establish a wireless connection with a controller, facilitating the seamless communication between the two devices. Coming to conclusion, in the event of an earthquake, rescue services must act quickly and precisely. Rescuers should be familiar with the environment and collect all relevant data to support their operations. The suggested framework is beneficial to rescuers as it is flexible and can assist them in getting through challenging terrain and environments such as tunnels, gaps, and holes with it. Furthermore, it provides live camera feeds of the monitored area, enabling rescuers to plan and execute a rescue mission accordingly. This model can detect metals and identify abnormalities in temperature and atmospheric gases. So future scope of the work can be combination and connection of several individual spherical robots to create more flexible and elongated structure that improves agility and precision. So 3 to 4 the similar robots can be connected. These are the references that I have taken, and thank you for giving one opportunity.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, Dr. Susmita,
Yes, ma'am.
it was indeed a very powerful presentation because the idea you have presented, this literature you did, the comparison you did, the model you have presented, the characteristic you told, and at last you have shown the prototype. I'm really impressed on your presentation and your work, my dear. There's just a suggestion to you. If you can incorporate that with respect to IPR, it will be really best, and you can take the country also ahead. So my best wishes to you. So just please go ahead with registering the IPR. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. So I would like to request Fatin to share the screen.
All right, sure. I'll try. Can you all see my screen already? Is it not shared?
No, Fallen, it's not visible.
Oh, I see.
You can do one thing, you can just share your PPT in the chat box. So I will run from my end.
Oh, sure. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's the case, all right. You already received it?
Yeah, I received it. I will just give me a second. I will run from my end.
All right, thank you very much. I'm really sorry for that.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, it's visible, I think so.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello once again, everyone. Allow me to share our paper on social media adoption for digital learning innovation, insights into building learning support. Okay, for the introduction. Next slide. Yeah, this one. Okay, one of the current educational needs of the country nowadays is actually using the social media, which is we can see as significant when the teaching and learning process take places between both the teachers and also the students. So when this major shift is seen to have a very important impact on education, especially in public or private higher education institution, this makes social media as a necessity for both teachers and also students. So in addition to that, I would like to share from the Muhammad Nur Hadi and Zurina, the educators and students should master information technology as well as apply the use of social media when teaching and learning session take places. So looking at the importance and needs of the current media technology in this teaching and learning process, so our studies was conducted to examine the social media adoption for digital learning innovation, as this might be the element to enhance the building, teaching and learning support, and also as the teaching aids. Okay, so next. Okay, next, this is our methodology. So this study used a quantitative design, and then the questionnaire had been used in order to obtain the information needed in this study. And then we also used the library method to find out the related studies that are considered appropriate to fulfill the purpose of the study. The study population is made up of higher education learners or students at selected public universities at Malaysia. And we have 146 respondents consisting of the male and female from the Islamic education programs students from the semester 1 and semester 8 who we were randomly selected. And then we have questionnaire, which is divided into 4 parts, which is part A, consent of demographic of the respondent, such as gender and also others. And then they are required to choose the answer choices provided. And then next is part B, which is related the purpose of using social media among the higher learners in the institution. And then also part C, related to the student perception of a social media is teaching and learning material in Islamic education. And then this instrument used in the study has a high reliability value. Okay, then next. Okay, so this is the results and also discussion from the side of purpose of using social media for digital learning innovation and support. This study shows that the students use social media such as WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and also other social media to obtain information and then also to do the development of current issues and use them as a tool to communicate. And then the purpose of student using social media is also as a teaching aid is at a higher level. So in the conclusion, the results of this study shows that the purpose of using social media as teaching and learning material among the higher education learners or student is at a very high level. So this is will impact of the use of social media, which is becoming more and more popular around the world with its various flexible usage facilities. And then also next. Okay. Next, this is the students' feedback of social media adoption for innovation in the supporting the learning program. Okay, so the social media network system such as WhatsApp, YouTube, and blogs also help students to understand the lesson well. And then these items also, the question is at a high level based on the results obtained. So this may be due to the exposure of the third use, the three application that are always applied in daily life with various purposes. And in addition, some student in understanding the lesson, so from the results show that the item is at the moderate level to use other social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and also Telegram. Therefore, this indirectly opens up the new alternative for students, especially to help in finding information and in understanding the lesson more effectively and efficiently. Okay, next. Okay, next, the relationship between the purpose of of using social media and student perception for teaching and learning supplement through the material supply is also strong because the social media is filled with information on current issues. The education technology is very easily and also quickly accessed. So thus, it can help to improve the teaching and learning system by sharing information and academic materials, especially the students. They can share the articles and also other reference materials with their friends. So this can be referred to continuously by following the relevant pages found in the social media. Okay, next. So as the conclusion, we can see that the massive expansion in the use of social media has brought the learning methods to a new dimension. And it also allows the learning process to take place anywhere and also everywhere. So the wider contribution in the field of education has demand to realize teaching and learning process in the latest and more efficient style, in addition to the appreciation of religious values. So therefore, the use of social media in learning process is the part of the implementation of learning in the 21st century. Teachers or educators and also the academics need to be skilled in using various types of social media application and software and always be aware of the changes that occur in order to keep up with the abilities. Students are synonymous with gadgets, internet, and also social media. But the educators need to work with parents in guiding the students so that they are not complacent and are not influenced by the negative elements that plague the present. So in line with the findings of the study, if used with the reality of social media use, most of it is filled with various provocations and negative manipulations. So this will be difficult to believe any news or materials in the form of infographics or information that come to us. So this shows that we as a consumers also must literate in ensuring that any fact or information received needs to be properly considered for further enhancement, including filtered and identified as the valid information. And lastly, it is hoped that this study will be able to be shared with the parties involved as a reference to one of the teaching and learning materials that can be used in the implementation of 21st century learning. I think that's all from me, and thank you very much.
Ms. Fatin,
Yes.
yeah, it was indeed a very insightful presentation.
Mhm.
Your study is an evolutionary one. So I have no question for you, but then of course I would like to conclude it in a line that
Okay.
I can say that teachers are no more teachers for now. They are just the facilitators.
Yes, true. I really agree with that.
Okay, that is it from my side. All the best to you, my dear.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next one. So the next presentation we have is Synergy Unleashed, Smart Governance, Sustainable Tourism and the Bioeconomy. And this will be presented by Mugdha Kulkarni. Are you there?
I think so. She's not here.
Okay. Let's move to the next paper. So the next paper is Voice-Based Virtual Assistant for Windows using ASR. And this will be presented by Edlin Frieda.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kritika. So since Miss Adlin is currently unavailable, so I'm just taking this session. So thanks for this opportunity. And today I'm going to present the paper Enhancing Voice-Based Virtual Assistants Using Mel-Frequency Centrifugal Coefficient Algorithm. The objective is to develop a voice-based virtual assistant for Windows which understands the human language to give administrative service for the user. It also performs various tasks such as voice interaction, music playback, providing weather, sports, and other real-time information such as news and much more. The main feature of this BA is that the user can automate the task performed in the Windows. So the motivation behind this is the usage of virtual assistant in recent times is higher compared to the past few years. And as you can see in the graph, the usage of virtual assistant in recent times is 41.6% within the last 6 months. And the task performed by the virtual assistants is depicted in the pie chart. As you can see, the Google Assistant, Siri, and Alexa, Coranta are the virtual assistants that performs the task, and this is the motivation behind it. And the domain we use is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a way of making a computer control robot or a software thinking intelligently in a such manner the intelligent human thing. AI is accomplished by studying how the human brain thinks and how human decide, learn, and work while trying to solve a problem. So it's a branch of computer science that emphasizes the development of intelligent machines thinking and working like humans. The specific application of AI includes expert systems, natural language processing, and speech recognition. So project description is the features includes having a wake up command, interpreting human speech and response via synthesized voices, and also to perform various tasks. It's designed to give you a conversational interactions, and it also involves techniques like NLP and AL that convert speaks into text and perform the command or task given by the users. The command task given by the user are displayed on the screen as a text and read also as a speech while performing it. So the system provides an automation processing, increased efficiency, and lowers the human error rate. And the base paper is that its contribution is Dolphin attack is an inaudible attack to voice assistants and voice control devices. It modulates audible voices command and ultrasonic carriers so that the command signals cannot be heard by the humans but can be perceived by the nonlinear hardware. The methodology uses the baseband signal is being generated first. After generating the baseband signal of the voice commands, we need to modulate them on ultrasonic carriers such that they are inaudible. So to leverage the non-linearity of microphones, the dolphin attack has to utilize an amplitude modulation. So the outcome of this is it is easier to recover the inaudible commands so that we are using it. And the challenge is that the system cannot represent all the inaudible commands. And then the supporting paper one contributes that it helps visually disabled in interacting with the internet services. So the methodology is the user input is given as voice commands via speech recognition module, which takes waveform, split it on utterances by silence, then try to recognize what being said in each utterance, and the voice output is being generated via text-to-speech module. So the outcome of this is it meets the requirements and functions of visually disabled. The challenges is that it needs for clarity and consistency. So visually able users also have problems working with the interactivity of sites, particularly when sites deviated too much from the standard internet conventions. And the support number two contributes work of the user is reduced. So the methodology used is ASR is being used. First, it records the speech, wave file is being created, cleaned to remove the background noises, and broken down into elements to get analyzed sequences. So it examines these sequences and statistically probability to find out the exact word and then process it into the text content. So the outcome of this is perform various tasks for the users. And the challenges is that it processes only the commands that are given in the terminal. And the inference from the literature review is, so from the base paper, voice assistants have been increasing popular in the human machine interaction. So when some voice commands become inaudible to the system, the dolphin attack is being used to inject inaudibly voice commands to state-of-art voice assistants by exploiting ultrasounds and vulnerabilities of audio hardware. And the inference from the supporting paper one is, although visually impaired user deserve the right to access web-based content available for regular user, it is not possible with existing solutions due to service provider not adhering the accessibility standard and guideline. And the inference from the supporting paper two is, each developer of smart assistant company uses specific methods and techniques for developing the system, consequently which influences the system. The extraction from the literature is, from base paper one, from the base paper, the extraction is to improve the search engine module, and in addition to it, the attack is being used to feasibility of inaudible voice commands. And the extraction from supporting paper one is to improve the accessibility of visually disabled users. The addition of conversational agent for the user to converse via voice is necessary. And there have been several technologies in the past for the creation of conversion agent, many built on top of existing solution at that time. And the extraction from the supporting paper two is, one assistant can synthesize speech more qualitatively, another can more accurately without additional explanation. And correction perform tasks, others are able to perform a narrower range of tasks but more accurately and as the user wants. Then the problem definition is, as we all aware about the Siri, Google Assistant, and many other virtual assistants that are designed specifically for Android users and iOS platforms. But there is no such virtual assistant available for the Windows platform. And then the most virtual assistants can understand only the English language. The major drawbacks of virtual personal assistant is processing the wrong pronounced word and miscellaneous solo. So for the problem, there are proposed solution in this paper. So the system is being created for Windows platform. The system created will be the best enough to process the user queries to answer in more than one language, that is English and so on. So audio tuning will be used to reduce the background noises. Understand the correct context using grammar tuning of ASR and TTS. So it gets grammar tuning correctly using automated speech recognition and text-to-speech. When the user speaks very fast to the VA so that it couldn't understand, here the dialogue manager steers the conversation to get precise information. So dialogue manager acts a main thing to get understand the speech of the user. And these are the references for this paper. That's all. Thank you.
Ma'am, do you have
Yeah,
any
hi, Kritika.
questions?
Kritika, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Your presentation was indeed a good one. I am just interested to know, did you use NLP in it?
Ma'am, it's just an idea, but it's not yet implemented. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just an
I
idea.
know. I know that I got to see it. But are you planning to use natural language processing?
Yes, to get the speech from the user
Of
as an
course.
input.
Of
So
course.
we are using NLP.
Yeah, of course. So there's a suggestion to you. While using natural language processing, you need to jot down the scope of your project to, to the application. What is the need of the system that you try to understand by using survey? Okay, survey can be user survey, can be literature survey using some existing papers, or you can meet some people and get to know the information. That's number one. And the scope of natural language processing, that is conversion of English language to which all languages, hai na? You had mentioned that, etc. Okay,
Yes.
then that you can be precise maybe for the next presentation, or I'm just helping you to understand the objectives and scope of your project. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
So that is it from your
Yeah.
side. All the best to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. So we have come to the end. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all the participants for being part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of whole team, thank you for the support during this 8th version and previous 7 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2024. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2023. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Priya Pise, for chairing the session. A token of appreciation to the chair on the behalf of Team ICTCS 2023 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Ma'am, do you want to share your few words for this conference?
Thank you, Gagi. Am I expected to leave then?
We just need to take a quick snapshot. So just please turn on the camera, everyone.
Thank you, Gargi. Thank you, Harsh. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.